Aswe is now a cookacrat. He knows how to cook. Where was Aswe the 2 months ago? So Aswe can now cook. He can even cook more than me, like Mr. Ebi said. So Aswe is no more a technocrat, he's a cookacrat. And let's see how his cooking will take in. For the other candidates, they will go to the market and sell themselves. And I like what Mr. Jonathan said about Akpata. Akpata, you cannot ride on Peter Gregory Obi's pedigree. You will need to go to the market and tell the people what you can do to rescue the state. And one question I ask for you, I have for Akpata is, can you, as a cousin of Obaseki, probe Obaseki as it stands today? The stormwater projects, the biscuit roads, primary school, nothing there. Employment, nothing there.
My brother, all those hard questions will be thrown to him when he come here. No worry.
Okay.
You know, we on this platform, you already know that we don't paint it. We say
we will not paint
it
it
to you.
Even though it come from Labour, even though I say they saying come from Labour Party, if I don't come for double Labour Party, your nyash go catch fire when you go almost catch fire when you come here, because we need to squeeze them very well. Can you deliver for Edo people? Can you rescue the state? When the whole thing stand and it come to the point where they say, with what Obaseki did, can you open the books when it comes to when you get to the office? Can you open the books on Obaseki? People are just going to office, they're looting, stealing, destroying the state, doing all they can do. Today now, we are hearing about what they are trying to do against Alex Oti in Abia State. Is it a crime that Nigerians should not enjoy good thing? The guy they just worked on geometric, the power supply thing. And some people are now trying to sabotage that same thing that this man created for the people. Is the black race cost? And Nigerians cost that you must enjoy good thing until you leave the country? Dubai is a country. Nigeria is a country. UK is a country. America is a country. Americans, they don't have 2 heads. Dubai, they only have 1 head. Qatar, Mr. One of our patrons that called in earlier, is in Qatar. They swear for black race that they must enjoy a good thing. Somebody is giving power, and some people are saying they want to sabotage the process. What kind of wickedness is this? What wickedness? Now Obaseki against Shaibu. Well, I don't know if Shaibu is reaping the consequence of his wickedness or what they did, but Obaseki, Shaibu, there is court. Go to court against Obaseki and PDP in Edo State. Because until yesterday, they know you were the deputy governor. They didn't remove you. But when you make your intentions known to run for governor, they want to remove you. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, to their ambition, to their purpose, to their desire. You don't have to impeach the man now, but it's PDP fight. I don't want to get into their fight. In fact, if you like, don't impeach him. Just throw him as you want to throw him. That's your own problem. But as Obaseki is entitled to being the governor, Shaibu also is entitled. Why impeach him now? That is the evil that you see in power when men do wickedness against their fellow men. But who are they? They are also wicked, because the last time I checked, Obaseki did not do anything viable for me in those states. The 121 number, people are saying, call 121 number. Obaseki, did you call 121 number when you were stuck in that water? These are fire brigade approach. These are drive-through projects. You just brace through, and after he's gone, the project are destroyed. My brother, Thank you very much for all that you do. We'll come back and speak in the second round. But I mean,
Thank
to
you.
the guy that passed on, Wigwe, it was an emotional time when I watched that driver speaking, and then his children. All we can pray is that God comfort his family and then help Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right, let me quickly come to Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, thank you very much for your time with us. Good evening to you. Please, I'd like you to talk to us.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najawash. Thank you for your revelation intervention. Thank you for not making your platform Roma Lokuta Kosaf X
We can't
Predator
hear
X.
you.
Sorry for the noise. I'm sorry. I'm a bit. I'm not at home. I'm somewhere. I just had to park somewhere to join this program over an hour ago. I want to say my euphoric greetings to my fellow panelists. Thank you. I'm very, very happy hearing from you guys. And yeah, it's very emotional. For me, I just feel that we should know that what happened to Wigwe, as far as I'm concerned, nobody's happy when anybody dies, but I just feel, why is everybody crying suddenly? Why is Dangote, why are the elite crying? Is Wigwe more important than Deborah? Where were these people? May the soul of the departed rest in peace. The millions of Nigerians that lose their lives due to insecurity, is Wigwe more Nigerian than them? I begin to wonder, is Wigwe's life more precious than those Nigerians who cannot go to their farm or who were slaughtered on their farmlands by Buhari's government? Where were these people? Look at everybody talking, crying. It's good. He was a great man, but he's a citizen. A friend of mine, I called him, he's in Finland, Helsinki, Finland. He said he's not working last month. I said, what happened? He said, there's a national day of mourning. He said a woman and a teenager died while skiing because the snow was too much. The government tried to rescue. They couldn't find them for 2 days and they died before they could find them. Guess what? The whole country was shut down on national mourning. That's the country that cared. That woman and that child were not politicians. They were not bankers. They were not billionaires. They didn't build a mansion for 10 billion because they were Finnish citizens of Finland. The country was shut down for 24 hours. Everybody was on black ribbon, black armband. They tied black on their cars. Those who could drive. That's a country that cares. Now he's Wigwe because of his status. So do we only cry for the rich? Do we only have sympathy, empathy, humanity for the rich? I say Kabuto redeterminata to this. It's hypocritical. For me, it's nonsensiating. Of course, nonsensical, and is a non sequitur. We should wake up and value everybody. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. No human being is more human than any human being. We shouldn't attach value to people because of their status. If somebody dies by accident or by insecurity, we should mourn like this. We should cry like this. We should even declare national emergency on it. So these people can cry. I saw it on the news. Dangote weeps as he talks about Wigwe. Really? Dangote weeps. Dangote can weep. Dangote can weep. I thought when you have money in millions of euros, emotions are gone. So Dangote can cry. A whole Dangote can cry. The face of economic monopoly can cry. The face of economic brutality in Nigeria can cry. It was a sardonic moment. I was taken aback. A political flashback. Nostalgia about things fall apart by Chino Achebe. So the rich can also cry. Do they have emotions, these guys? Governors can cry. Bank CEOs can cry. Really? So we have people with conscience in this country. Oh my, so it's all pretense. It's all lies, all this why. You see people crying of insecurity all these years. You see these rich people crossing their legs with their glasses on their eyes, reading their newspapers about forests, about America's stock exchange, about world economy and politics and their next holiday destination. Now, because it touches them because it relates to somebody who must have helped them stash away millions of dollars in foreign account allegedly. Now they can cry. So Dangote can cry. Wow. That was emotional to me. Hypocritically emotional. I saw hypocrisy on rampage. So these people have humanity in there. What about the electricity darkness? What about the way the country looks? Infrastructural deficits, educational decadence. You would have been thinking they would have been crying like this, all this, why for these things we lack in Nigeria. The massive looting, massive borrowing, massive searching away of people's future, medical decadence, open corruption. The country flowed under Buhari with red oil. Tears, sorrow, and blood, according to Fela and Nicola Kpokuti. For 8 years. None of them shed tears. Deborah was burnt alive because she just tweeted. Dangote did not cry. None of them cried. Elumelu did not give a lecture about it. He did not give a lecture about it. I respect him. I have no issues with him. Why are we crying for somebody who died because he's an elite? So he's a special Nigerian now. And the country is in comatose. For me, I see it as an emotional brouhaha that we should just reject these things and sit down and tell ourselves the truth. Nigeria is not for us. There's no country. It's a gang of businessmen who just lost a colleague in their criminality. But the judge said the late Wigwe was one of those who destroyed the banking economy, who destroyed the Nigerian economy. According to him, I quote him, he said Mayfield is one of them. Yours sincerely, by extension, Obaseki is one of them, allegedly. Guys, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. We are in the midst of vultures, people who have no human sympathy in them. Selfish money, sectional money, tribalistic or economic money. They don't care about you. They just see us as ants, as animals who can die at any time. But I say, God forbid. God forbid. They're pushing us. And we keep educating people on this platform and other sister platforms to know that one Nigeria is a fraud. It's just two things happening. The Northern cabal doing their thing, and the economic cabal, business cabal, the bank CEOs, 99% of them. They've joined them to kidnap Nigerians and their future. So these bankers can talk like this, and they've not discussed about electricity. They've not discussed about youth's restiveness in the southeast. They've not discussed about massive borrowing and looting. They can discuss about one man like this. Wow, I'm just overgasted and flabbergasted at the blatant display of hypocrisy, hypocritical display. So I just feel, as Mr. Obaseki and Edo State and Shaibu and their critical crank come, I feel we should just leave these guys. For me, Shaibu was alive when Obaseki was running one man show in Edo State. Guys, forget about what you see on social media, the social media development we have in Edo State. For me, I will tell you 80% of the development of Obaseki is on social media. Come on ground and see when it rains, come and see Edo State. Let me not say, come and see Benin City. Just forget about extension, all those Edo North and the rest. Oshomole did what he did there. Benin, it's like there is no government. From the traffic, from the way the tout harass you, from the illegal extortion, and it's like there is no government. It's only when there's time for budget, there's time to say federal government is printing money, or there's time to say Nigeria economy will be in danger for the next 5 years, then you know you have a governor. So Obaseki, for me, as a citizen of Edo State, he should be ashamed of himself. He should hide his head is shame, in shame right now, because he has entered the bad books of the worst political history of Edo State. The guy, for me, has not done what he promised. Part of his campaign promises. Don't tell me they are mere campaign promises. No, he should be held accountable. Was to build mini stadia across the 18 local government. Zero, nothing happened. Was to build a cargo international airport in Edo North. Nothing happened. Zero. MOUs were signed. Gelegele Seaport and tourist attraction. Nothing happened. They said they are still doing it. Monies borrowed under his government, they are all shielded in secrecy, like it's a secret court. Edo State government like a secret court. You cannot access their portal to see who is doing what. We have not seen Julius Berger working. The roads do not last. Nobody is arrested. No press conference to address these issues. When you talk, they demolish your house and take over your property and say you are on government land. This is the Obaseki style of governance. So for me, he bringing somebody or him endorsing somebody, for me, it's shameful. It's shameful. He should apologize to the people and hand himself over. The day his government is expiring, he should hand himself over for investigation and possible imprisonments. If he is the first governor in Edo State to peacefully hand over himself to the EFCC and go to jail, it will be a good thing. It will be a good way to round up or to redeem himself, because he has just been, for me, a shadow of himself. The vacancy team was a fraud. Most of those roles have disappeared. So I just feel, as for the three candidates, for me, I feel like the people should open their eyes and go for somebody that will truly represent them. Somebody who has value for culture. Somebody who will not distort or disrespect the royal house. Somebody who will not sell us to Ruga and Fulani herdsmen. Somebody who will not always be around when there's protests or when people are being kidnapped and killed in those state express roads. So we should be very careful this time around. Let's not accept another Obaseki. Let's not accept another, pity or emotional game that played out in 2020. Caged everybody since 4 years. It's just a shame. At those states just now, it's like the story of the Israelites. I will tell you not to say it in Gads. Don't publish it in the streets of Askelon. Don't let the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, or on the of the uncircumcised triumph, because Edo State is backward with 20 years. Edo State right now is nothing to write home about. The so-called Siomo power plant is not working. It's only for street lights, and it works once in a while. I mean, when you talk, people say you just hate this guy. I don't have anything against him. I'm not APC. I'm not PDP. The point is this: Obaseki failed on its promises. He failed woefully. I will give him 15 over 100, and he should hand over himself to the EFCC for investigation and imprisonment. Now, that was as usual. This is my humble Logomaki, and my Logomaki I live here with our logo Apacha. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. I'm still here.
And we continue to have the same menace. And that is the reason why Nigeria will remain captured, because as long as you stay on your lane, and Tinubu allows them to do whatever they are doing, they will not come to his territory until they finally take over the whole of Nigeria. I mean, it's just so, like Mr. Naja Watch said, the same thing that happened Chibok 200 years ago. These people are just kidnapping and re-kidnapping themselves, because I don't know how the borders, the governors in the north can sleep with themselves at night. I was looking at a video how the residents in the north, they are paying thousands and millions of naira as taxes to people in the north, the terrorists in the north. I don't know why they're covering their faces. Why, if they were bold, why do they cover their faces with them rags? They should expose themselves. Each time you see them, they're carrying guns, but they have all this stuff all over their faces, like the cowards they are. But that is what we have signed up for, and that is what Tinubu signed up for when he put Buhari there to capture the country. And listen to Mogalu. If somebody said he was scared, I mean, when big men are scared, then you can imagine what you think the likes of Ajero, Osifo, and all the rest are doing. Look at this one here, Fubara and Wike. Look at what they are going through. Wike said it, when the time comes, you will know who is in charge. When the time comes, you will know who is in charge. And Shaibu is going through the impeachment saga and all that stuff. What did he expect? But I praise his courage. He that is down needs no fear of any fall. For a fellow man to intimidate you and tell you you cannot be a governor. The same thing Tinubu and the North, or the oligarchs, or Wike tells Obi that he cannot be a president. Welcome to Edo Fulanese. Now we now know we have Fulanese in Edo State, Labi. The ones that call the shots. So the very same thing we're fighting against is right here in our backyard. Now you know that we are not one. Because I don't understand why you're intimidated that a fellow man like you cannot run for office. Because you know it is not going to be a fair fight. I don't care about Shaibu. Or, I mean, left to me, if he was there, I would have supported him because, like, hey, you got to support somebody. And like I said, there's nobody that is going to come up there that has the credentials. In fact, Edo is not. Is Edo? You see, even though from that state, it's a very pitiful kind of place because you cannot find any shining star. You cannot find any shining star. It's all dull. Even like when the guy was talking about impeachment, look at the way he was talking, like a tout. Like one of those Bobizwa touts that you have in the Motor Park region. They just act like, I mean, there's no finesse, there's no class, there's nothing. The place is just rustic. These are the best people that can come out of there. But well, if you have people like Tinubu from Guinea or wherever can rule Nigeria, excuse me. These are the kind of things giving these kind of people hope because these are people with no pedigree. These are people who rough themselves up through criminality and then found their way to the top. And guess where every other person is? Like you and I, outside the country. Because who can stand these roughnecks? Look at them in suits, all wearing suits and wearing fedora hats and everything. But they all look like criminals. Look at the Aswa Egodalo face. I mean, you can't find anybody that is worthy of his name. They all look rugged. They all look rough. Barely educated. Just a monumental disgrace. The same thing Obasanjo did with Atiku. It's just that Osibanjo was Tinubu's lawyer, and you know those ones, they know how to pellet themselves, so they know how to stay in their lane. And so that no matter how they fight, Tinubu versus Fayemi and all of them, they all find a way to double to each other. But in the southeast, we'll be killing ourselves. So you see, the thing is just a big mess. I don't know where we're going with all this, but from the little I've heard today, there's just no resolution to all this nonsense. I wish Shaibu well. He should take it like a man and just like whatever, if they pitch him, fine. If that's the way he's going to go down, that's the way he's going to go down. Somebody's still going to rule Edo State. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the best of us. It's going to be the worst of us. Or the best of the worst. That's what we're going to have. So the way is partly paved for a total state capture. And he was saying something that subsidy was removed. Magalu was saying subsidy was removed. And then the free fall of the Naira, the double whammy. Was subsidy ever removed? No, it wasn't. So what are they talking about? What exactly are they talking about? Well, it's a Wigwe's tribute. Like everybody said, those that are going to be genuinely sorry, those that they are owing mega, many of them that are owing him say big time. They will be shedding tears of joy instead of tears of sorrow. Especially that GCRR or whatever, that Redeemed Church, where that woman was celebrating birthday. It was said that those people owe him a lot of money and they didn't pay that loan until when that man had died. So, well, that's what happens. Vanity upon vanity, all is vanity. That is where people go and carry trillions. You borrow trillions, print trillions of naira, and change it to dollar, and your country is starving. And then people from war-torn area are giving you rights to eat. It's unfortunate. I really don't have much to say because I joined in half and half. I just picked from the pieces I could get. But it's not looking good. Look at your giants are falling. Shaibu and Fubara. You can imagine what they've done to Fubara within closed doors. I'm sure they didn't even pass one budget. The man is probably strangulated. If these ones cannot even talk. Tinubu, when Obasanjo did the same thing to him in Lagos, he called Obasanjo's bluff up and he used Lagos resources to do what he got to do. But here in the south, do or die affair. But I'm happy they are paying for what they did to Peter Obi. Now Shamala is laughing at both Shaibu and Obaseki. And now everyone is trying to cater to the APC. So it's just a big merry-go-round mess. And you talked about your 2 billion, your 5 billion loan. How far? That one is not going to happen. They push the date. That one is like a goalpost. They keep shifting it. 5 billion is what they are struggling for. And who is to get the loan? The students that are not. I hear that the university is going to shut down. They're going to shut down real soon. So where are we going in this country? It's just totally depressing all around. So my dear people, we'll keep talking. I will be coming in at the second session at this time, and I will give whatever I can give. I have listened, but it's not looking good. We wish Nigeria well. Thank you.
All right. Madam Luke, thank you very much, man, for coming in to put your voice in. Yes, we'll continue to wish Nigeria well. That's why we're here. We want a better country. But I don't know when this is going to happen.
Yeah, but you heard what was it? Mr. Jonathan or was it Mr. Give us a mandate? He says, you think it was Mr. Jonathan? He said the youth that were brought up with criminality, that's the only life they ever knew.
Yeah.
How are they gonna protest? When
Very
you have
sad.
some of us here that come to give submissions here, they will boldly tell you that's how it goes. I'm not calling any names. That's how it goes. So they will even support the criminality, even if they're living abroad. So how do you expect these kind of people to protest? And some people say they're looking up to the North to protest. The North will only protest for their own self-interest. And they're not protesting against the Boko Haram that is killing them there. And they think they will protest for Nigeria. We are a failure. Sorry for that extra.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
It's coming. When I'll talk your king go now, you will talk another thing.
Mr. Naija Watch, you don't just press button. So let me finish. So, but I'm seriously following up Malema and in South Africa because I believe that for us to have this conscious mentality, it has to come from somewhere. Since we are deadened and we cannot get that push to see what it's doing. So if I can't get that relief from Nigeria, at least I can get some hope somewhere. So it's just to go for external hope. While we're praying that the Nigerian youth wake up and we're praying that people don't, just die left, right, and center. Because everybody has practically left the country. I mean, the people who can rule are gone. Even if Madam Okoja well, I don't jackpot since. What did make you think me won't come back? These are the people that are supposed to come and fight for Nigeria. But like you said, when you're over 50, you're an old soldier. You were there, the country died, your children are here, the country is dying, so there's really nothing we can do. So, but I just wish Nigeria well. The struggle continues. And I don't see anything Agbado and his camp are ready to do. They just keep telling one lie after the other. Dubai this. I don't like somebody said, why do we care about whether Dubai gives us visa or not? How is that going to put food on our table? But they just want to score any lonely goal anywhere just to make themselves look good. I think my sister was telling me that David Hudeyi got an award from I don't know if that one I think it was cool from Qatar or whatever for that expose he did on Tinubu. And he tweeted, I'm like, you know what? They know who you are, so going there is just a waste of time because they already know who you are and that you are a drug baron and you can't bring any investment.
All right.
Thank you.
When we say the elites, they have no clue about what's really going on in the country or what people are facing. Mr. Elvis says something. You see all this fuel scarcity. There are quite a number, not many, quite a number that are not feeling the pain of what's happening in the economy. They are not feeling it at all. Hearing that from it pained me even reading it. That Akpabio could say that the insecurity in Nigeria has reduced, something of that nature. I was like seriously? Anyway, like I said, we don't have any men anymore. They're just errand boys of the caliphate and maybe some part of the West too. So everybody is playing to the cards without thinking that their comments and statements is going to come back to them. We are all in this. Many of them who come in the diaspora, when they come, for example, some that come to Canada, they live like hermits. They hide themselves. They cannot be around the general Nigerian community because They are afraid of being videoed. They are afraid of being questioned. They are afraid of being, in fact, they are petrified, not even afraid. They are all petrified, including their children. So how are you living comfortably now? You elite, if you're listening to me, what you're doing in Nigeria, you're making comments just because the present fraudulent administration suits you. You make certain comments that are very insensitive, that doesn't connect to the people, and you think that you just come abroad, your private jets, you're living like a hermit. I know some of you can testify to me what I'm saying. Many of them who come to diaspora, they come codedly, they hide. Their children are living like hermits because they know that what they're doing is evil. So in other words, they don't even have rest of mind. There's nothing as good as having a rest of mind. Even if you have all the money in the world, one thing we need to realize, and something I also learned from this Herbert Wigge's passing, we have no control about a lot of things. We have no control about death. We have no control about sickness. We have no control even the time of passing. No matter who you are, no matter the position or the influence you think you have control. You don't have control. That's the reality that many people, many of these elites, they don't want to face that fact that they don't have control over their lives. They don't. But they just push it aside and do what they can do, and they think they'll live forever in this earth. It's just unfortunate. Please, Nigerians, let us be very wise. Edo State, anytime the errand boys that in Edo State have assembly come out to speak at all, please ignore them. Ignore them because they are just disturbing the peace. They have nothing to offer. They would never have anything to offer. Just forget it. Anytime you see Governor Obaseki come out to speak, as a matter of fact, I said it before, Governor Obaseki is the albatross of Aswe Godalu. So when you are on ground, you understand the body language of what's happening in Edo State presently. Governor Obaseki is the albatross of Aswe Godalu. Some people, you are being used again. Mona take them or leave. You say, Rita Adams, I'm telling you the facts. If you're in diaspora and you're Esan, you're just shouting Esan, Esan, Esan. We all need each other. But shouting Esan does not mean that Edo South or Edo North are going to vote Esan by force. It doesn't. The real crux of the matter, when the shit hits the fan, when it's election time, it's not what we are saying right now. It's going to be more than that. There's a lot of betrayers are going to come. And before I forget, Captain Philip Shaibu, please, let's just ignore that one as well. Because that one is just a spoiler. And I don't know whatever it is waiting. Perhaps when he close to the election, he will bring out whatever he wants to bring out to indict Governor Obaseki, allegedly. But for now, listen, Captain Philip is just a political orphan. So he's like the last kick of a dying horse. Let me put it that way. Thank you, Mr. Elvis.
But Madam Rita, I think if Shaibu bring out anything to indict Obaseki, I think it's good for Edolites. So his jail term can be extended.
I said that, sir, not in the way of saying it will not favor Edo people. When you say favor, okay, we have the information. Okay, somebody has brought proof. So what happens? The courts, do we have courts in Nigeria? Do they really exist? If Governor Obaseki give them $1 billion, it will be like another Mahmoud case now. It's like switching off the Vivas case again. So at the end of the day, have you ever had anybody go to jail? The last person I can remember is Bode George. I think he went to jail and he came out and they did Thanksgiving. What did he go to jail for? Corruption. He came out and did Thanksgiving in church. I remember I was in Nigeria. I watched it. I'm not saying allegedly. I watched it. Maybe it's even on YouTube somewhere out there. So what are we saying? If he brings out that information, it's for his own personal greed. It's not because he loves Edo State. That's my point. It's not like, oh, I love you people. Come and see the secret. Oh, come and see what's happening. Oh, they should prosecute. No, it's because this is nothing they favor right now. So you're not doing it in the interest of Edo people. Just like what's happening in the Labour Party now. The youth leader that came out and the other people coming out, they're all doing this. They're all becoming spoilers because it's because of personal greed. It has nothing to do because they love Peter Obi or their obedience or anything. And if Peter Obi leaves, the Labour Party know that they'll be like fried chicken. Done.
Okay.
Nobody's going talking about Labour Party anymore. So please, thank you, Mr.
Honestly, for me, I would like Shaibu to actually do some expose, and let's now leave it to the next person that will come as a governor, and for us to see if they'll be bold enough to do any prosecution or not. That's, I mean, I would like it.
If Shaibu is bringing out anything, it's for the opposition to use it to campaign. It's not that he cares about those states. That's all.
Spill the milk, break the egg.
Okay. Thank you.
Shaibu no go bring out anything. Bless, I don't know what they call you. EFCC, they fear them. They will bring anything out.
And then he will be impeached, right?
That's straight now. You know, no say they're going to impeach him.
Obaseki and the rest, all of them should be impeached. As a matter of fact, the errand boys should be swept out of the Edo State House of Assembly. All of them, all.
Okay. Let me call on the next person to speak to us.